As part of a blog post I did recently, I needed to stack some rank attributes in Google Analytics data, which is not something that's present in the application itself. Specifically, I wanted to see how the composition of my traffic has changed over the years. So here's how you would do that if you wanted to make this chart for yourself, which is very handy for marketing planning. You would start by going into Google Analytics, choose Acquisition. You want to choose All Traffic by Channel. Pay attention to the dates that it gives you up top. It says not available prior to July 25th, 2013. So let's change that. So let's go August 1, 2013. Hit apply. And now what we should have is a nice breakdown of the different channels. But again, we don't see a composition of how traffic has changed over the years. So I'm going to select, remove other here, and put in, let's leave other in. So now I've got the top 6 channels. I'm going to plot the rows. And again, this is still very hard to see how things have changed, how the makeup of my traffic has changed. So let's export this data into an Excel file. We'll fire up my good friend Microsoft Excel. And what you should see is a spreadsheet that looks like this, where you have your channels, data set. These data sets are by number. So this is all of them in order. Data set. This is data set 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe is the order in which it occurs. So let's take a look. If you scroll down to the very bottom, it will give you a subtotal number. And there is the subtotal number, 321,4747. If I go back into Google Analytics, that's my total number of data. So I know this is my overall data. So this channel, again, go down to the bottom here, 167,666 is organic search. So we will go to the top of this and call this organic search. And then what you would do is you would copy and paste every subsequent session together. So let's redo this, make it a little bit cleaner by going to monthly view, a little bit less clutter. Export to Excel. So this we'll call organic search. This is direct traffic. And now I've copied and pasted all of my data into one spreadsheet here, into one sheet. We're going to, let's take just the rows themselves. We're going to insert a stacked column chart. Expand this. Change the formatting. We want to reduce the gap width. And now what we've ended up with is a very nice chart here that stacks up, again, to 100% the different types of traffic. So organic search, even though it's a huge chunk of my site's traffic, we can see has actually been on something of a decline over the last 27 months. Direct sort of fluctuates in size. The social portion of my traffic has actually increased. The referral traffic has been on the increase. Other traffic, kind of hard to tell, and email has still been a thin part of the puzzle. So from a ranking perspective in terms of how my website's traffic has changed, how the composition has changed over the years, this is a very handy way to quickly visualize it and get a sense for what kind of breakout is in my traffic. And if there's a certain type of traffic that I know is less or more valuable, this will tell me whether I'm doing a better or worse job at attracting that kind of traffic to begin with, which is super important. If, for example, organic search was the number one driver of revenue, then this decline would be pretty serious. You would find that information along the left-hand side here, and the right-hand side here with revenue. We see that email is actually the single largest driver of e-commerce revenue for me, where social is the second. So is email on the increase? Kind of is, but not really. So we could buff up email's revenue value there. Is social on the increase? Well, social's that gray area. Yes, social appears to be on the increase. We would want to dig into that particular channel then and see, okay, what specific parts of social media are driving that revenue. So this is a very quick tutorial on doing this 100% stack ranking with Google Analytics data to give you better insights as to your traffic composition, how you're diversifying it if you need to be diversifying it, and what you need to be prioritizing based on revenue. Hope you found it helpful. Please make sure that you stay tuned to the blog at christopherspenn.com and find me on most social media channels as CSPenn.